Coming up next, these two titans from Anne Arundel County battle it out for the county championship. And back in town, this rivalry heats up as the Sabres of Southwestern try to cut down the Mighty Poets of Dunbar for the city title. Keep your eyes on the prize this week on the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show.
The Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show. He's going down the right sideline. He's almost.
Today's show is brought to you by the Baltimore area Toyota dealers, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, Geico, and Papa John's.
Hi, and welcome to the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show. I'm Jerry Bembry, sports writer with the Sun. A year ago, Meade beat Annapolis in an Anne Arundel Basketball Championship. So Annapolis was looking for payback when the teams met for the title again this week. Both teams had identical overall records. Both teams were 15-1 in league play. Which team won? Let's take a look.
The Mustangs from Meade were flying high. They were looking to capture their 17th straight win and the county title against a tough and ready Annapolis team. Marcus Armstrong gets the Mustangs going with this 15-foot turnaround for the deuce. The Panthers, looking to avenge last year's title loss to the Mustangs, answer quickly. Marcus Johnson drives the bucket for 2 of his 22 on the night. Strong inside play by Jeff Charles shows why Meade has won 21 this season, but the number 3 Panthers show why they were 1 win better. Kyron Bell takes the outlet pass. He goes in strong for the two-fisted jam. The score would rock back and forth through the first. Marcus Neal puts the Panthers up by 5 in the second with a sweet move to the hole. He finished with 16 points. Solid follow-ups by Terrell Ross and a 9-point second quarter by Eric Brown would keep the Mustangs close. They would trail at the intermission by 3. After the break, Brown kept the hot hand. He would ignite the crowd with this three-pointer. But Marcus Johnson quickly douses the Flames with this pick and sprint to the bucket for the deuce and the foul. The Panthers held a 3-point lead in the fourth. That's when Marcus Neal puts it away. Watch the razzle-dazzle. He sinks the rock for his 4th three-pointer of the night. Annapolis takes the county title from number 5 Meade by 7. Their 16th county championship in 22 seasons under Coach John Brady.
Now let's take a look at some other results on the Geico Direct scoreboard.
We swing over to the ladies' side of the action at Meade. This time the Mustangs going for the title against the Wildcats of Arundel, who are looking to even the score after a 19-point loss to Meade last month. And Jill Morano gets them out of the gate fast as she hits this J from top of the key. The number 11 Wildcats, good for 18, wins this season. Senior Katie Netherton shows what she's been doing for the number 4 Mustangs all season as she battles inside for control and the bucket. But Morano says, I can go inside too. She goes strong to the hoop for the deuce. She finished with a game-high 24 points. Shantae Edmonds was also strong in the paint all night. She ended with 10, as was Megan Rollins, who dances around a defender for 2 of her 14 and a trip to the stripe. Despite a strong effort by Nicole Daly, who finished with 19, the Mustangs trailed by 9 at the break. In the second half, Meade made a run at it. LaTanya Eldridge accepts a nice feed from Angie Creek as she puts 2 of her 14 in the hole. And Creek herself drives hard through the lane as the Mustangs cut a 17-point deficit to 2. But that's as close as it would get as Namie Fauntleroy, who finished with 18 points, sinks this follow-up. And Jill Morano drains another, putting the finishing touches on their 8-point title victory over undefeated Meade. The two teams are expected to meet again in the regional playoffs.
The 4A, 3A State Indoor Track Championships shifted into high gear this week. The Lady Lions of Delaney were looking to gain a beat on a tough Eleanor Roosevelt team from Prince George's County. Lion freshman Tenki Zoltani would take the 3,200-meter showdown, but it wasn't enough as Roosevelt earned firsts in the 300, 55 hurdles, and 800 relays. Old Mill's Victor Thillett captured the mile, but Whitman High's Phil Knowlton was too strong in the 2 mile. He nipped Thillett by 0.2 of a second. Old Mill also took third in the men's pole vault and a fourth in the 300 by Brandon White to finish fourth overall. Annapolis High had strong showings in the women's 800 and men's high jump, but this day belonged to Prince George's County, who took most of the distance events. And Casey Allen of Calvert High and Prince Frederick set a state record with an 11-foot leap in the pole vault. High Point finishes on top, followed by Northwestern and Eleanor Roosevelt, all of Prince George's County in the men's competition, while Roosevelt, Delaney, and Western placed 1, 2, 3 for the ladies.
When we come back, the Baltimore City title is up for grabs. Number 2 Dunbar and number 12 Southwestern meet in Dick's Sporting Goods' big game of the week. And it's next on the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show.
Did you know there are more than 500,000 high school basketball players? Of that number, about 50 will make the NBA. So play smart. Get an education.
There's plenty in the Baltimore Sun classifieds.
Some things don't taste their best the day they're made. You'd never drink wine the day they crush the grapes, or eat a green banana.
No way, Dad.
And that's the secret to Papa John's traditional dough. We give the yeast several extra days to work its magic. We never use dough made the same day like some folks. Nature rewards those who exercise patience.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Now, get a large Papa John's pizza with the works for just $10.99.
One more woman hearing herself think. One more woman ignoring the word impossible. One more woman finding a few miles of peace. One less woman waiting for someday. Achieve New Balance.
New Balance footwear, available at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Get one of the world's best quality automakers to refine and perfect a single automobile for 30 years, and this is the result. Toyota Corolla. It's everything you'd expect and more, because now Corolla's all new, bigger with more power and safety features like side impact airbags, yet priced $1,000 below last year with a special low payment lease available. No wonder Corolla is the best-selling car in the world.
I'm so happy, I'm floating on cloud nine. I'm so happy, I'm feeling swell, life is so sublime.
Imagine feeling this good about your car insurance bill.
So gosh darn incredibly happy.
That's happy, baby.
Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back. For 2 straight years, West Side teams have won the Baltimore City Boys Basketball Championship. But this year, Dunbar was intent on changing that going into the title game against Southwestern. Dunbar, Southwestern is Dick's Sporting Goods' big game of the week. Before we join Dave Goldman at the game, let's meet this week's classroom stars. First, from Southwestern, we salute senior guard Terrell Dantzler, who sports a 3.5 grade point average. And from Dunbar, we tip our hats to Reggie Cornell, a sophomore forward who has a 2.9 GPA. Now let's go courtside for the action.
Hoop action was at its best in Baltimore's ultimate big game, the city championship played in front of a packed house at Walbrook High School. Number 2 Dunbar, 19-3, faced off against the 12th-ranked Southwestern Sabres, 14-8. The Sabres got on track quickly. Tyrone Cooper takes the outlet pass from Earl Moore and lays it up off the glass. He would put on a clinic in the next 2 minutes and open up a 9-2 lead for Southwestern. Cooper would finish the match with 23 points. But Dunbar climbs right back into it and takes the lead using muscle on the inside. Ray Akinola puts the money in the bank to push the Poets on top by 5. Dontaz Dean would then follow suit with a jam of his own and a game-high 24 points. But the Sabres cut the halftime deficit to 4 as Marr serves one up in the inside to, you guessed it, Tyrone Cooper. It was 31-27 Dunbar at the half. The Sabres took a surprising downward turn in the first 24 seconds of the third. Senior guard Tyrone Dantzler picks up foul number 4, and Dunbar takes advantage of the misfortune. Here, the Poets start the offense with defense. Dean gets the outlet down court to LaFonte Johnson, who lays it up and in. Johnson with 21 on the night. Next up, it's more teamwork. Time for the no-look feed inside to Pierre Tucker, and the Poets opening up the lead. Again, it's Tucker, this time for the jumper to move out in front by 15 with 1:50 to go. The Poets outscored the Sabres in the third 25-12, taking a 56-39 lead heading into the fourth. LaFonte Johnson shows the shake and bake down the lane to blow this one wide open for a 23-point lead early on in the final period. And all that was left was pride for the Sabres. They did their best to make it respectable. But the candy goes to the Dunbar Poets, who make good on last year's loss to Douglas for a sweet title victory over Southwestern.
Tradition still stands and still lives, you know. We're just happy to be a part of it, and we just thank God for the success that we've had all year long.
I'm glad we got this, so we're in the streak. We're going to playoffs hard. Hopefully we back in Cole Fieldhouse doing the same thing we did last year.
The Dunbar Poets are kings of the city here in 1999. Next up, Dunbar travels to Wicomico on Monday to begin their quest at repeating a state championship. And after a convincing victory in the city championship over Southwestern, there's no reason to believe that run can't go the distance. Covering the city championship at Walbrook High School, I'm Dave Goldman for the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show.
Thanks, Dave. In the decade entering this season, the Dunbar girls basketball team had played losing basketball. That was until this season, when the Poets were the second-best team in the city and were ranked as high as number 12. Coach Wardell Selby has led the team's dramatic turnaround. Let's meet Wardell Selby, the Toyota Coach of the Week.
If somebody say, would you be 18-3 in the beginning, I would have said no.
But the answer is yes. Dunbar coach Wardell Selby has turned around the Lady Poets program, breaking into the Sun's top 20 for the first time and settling in at number 14, heading into the Class 2A regional finals. And he's done it all with hard work, but not at the expense of having fun.
I do demand a lot, but I'm one that I needed to make it be fun for the players. Because if it's fun, they'll give you that extra. They'll run through the bleachers, over the bleachers, through a wall. But if you just make it work, I said, then it's not fun, and then it turns them away from the game of basketball.
And fun for Wardell is not turning away from pressure situations.
A lot of coaches and people say it's stressful. I'm in heaven coaching. It's fun. It's truly fun for me. The tighter the game, the more fun, because I have to make decisions, and the players are relying on and counting on you as the coach to make good decisions.
And those good decisions are not always about what's happening on the court.
This is a life lesson. It's not just about winning basketball, nor playing basketball. It's preparing my players for the future and their futures.
Congratulations, Wardell Selby. Now let's meet some of the area's best student athletes.
A remarkable thing happened after Toyota gave the best car built in America more room, more power, and with anti-lock brake standard, priced the bestseller lower than 4 years ago. Over 390,000 people showed up and drove one home, making Camry America's best-selling car. which encourages your Toyota dealer to make it easier for you to drive America's favorite with a low payment lease. But better come in now. We're expecting another crowd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chuck?
Emily.
Well, it's been
10 years.
Wow.
Listen,
Great.
there's something I've always wanted to ask you.
Really?
Can I have my Russell Athletic sweatshirt back?
Russell Athletic, available at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Here's my idea. Make it easy to buy a cell phone.
With this new cellular and DSS support zone, Best Buy is unstoppable, Ed.
You said it, Matt. Here we can see a customer being helped with his cell phone activation.
He's connected and ready to go.
Ooh, and this guy just made arrangements to have his DSS installed next Tuesday.
That's a great plan. Let's go down to Frank.
So what do you think of the new support zone?
It's great. Everything's in one place. It's really easy.
Well, there you have it. Helping you get connected the easy way. Best Buy. Now, that's a great idea.
Some things don't taste their best the day they're made. You'd never drink wine the day they crush the grapes, or eat a green banana.
No way, Dad.
And that's the secret to Papa John's traditional dough. We give the yeast several extra days to work its magic. We never use dough made the same day like some folks. Nature rewards those who exercise patience.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Now, get a large Papa John's pizza with the works for just $10.99.
Now it's time to honor our Toyota male and female athletes of the week. The female winner is Ebony Henderson of the Woodlawn track team. Ebony won 4 gold medals in the recent Class 2A, 3A Central Regional track meet. And the male winner is Tamir Goodman of the Talmudical Academy basketball team. The Maryland-bound junior guard scored 79 points in 2 recent wins. We salute Ebony and Tamir, the Toyota athletes of the week.
I try to be the best role model or, best athlete on a, squad as far as leadership-wise.
And senior track star Ebony Henderson led everyone last week in the 55 hurdles, the 300 and 800-meter runs, and 1,600 relays. She's an all-Baltimore City and County champion who was the state's bronze medalist in the 100 hurdles last season. Ebony enjoys the spotlight, especially when it impacts young kids.
Yeah, I figure the younger ones who want to come out for track and interested, they probably, look up to me, say, oh, I want to be where she's at one day.
And being where Ebony is also takes work off the track.
Athletics is not the only thing that you need to be successful. You also have to have that desire in education as well.
Her work ethic is tremendous. She goes out there each and every day, whether she's a little sore or she didn't have a great day in the classroom or at home. She goes out there and she puts it all out each and every day. And that's what you want the younger kids to see.
From high hurdles to high hopes, which is what Tamir Goodman has, and he's on the right track to stardom.
I realize there's a lot of pressure, but I kind of try not to think about it. I know there's a lot of pressure on me, but I just stay myself, and that's normally what carries me through everything.
Pressure and attention is an understatement when it comes to Tamir Goodman these days. This 6'3" swingman has been lighting up the scoreboard all season. In one game alone last week, he scored the same amount of points as the opposing team, 46, as well as 33 points against Merritt before 3,000 fans at American University.
When you know everyone's watching you, and you know you really can't mess up, you're going to really try your best not to mess up. But I look at it as a challenge, and I pretty much always rise to the occasion of a challenge.
There's a greatness about Tamir, how he handles people, how he deals with fans, how he deals with the media, how he deals with his mom. with his dad, with his brothers, with his classmates, his teammates, his teachers. There's a greatness about him, a sensitivity to him that has nothing to do with basketball.
And with greatness comes recognition. And for a 17-year-old junior who also enjoys privacy, that can be either bad or good.
Sometimes you just kind of want to go to the mall by yourself, but I realize it's not going to happen anymore without everyone stopping you. And going, you know, that's the way my life's turned into. You know, what else can a 17-year-old ask for?
Not much. We congratulate Tamir Goodman and Ebony Henderson, our Toyota male and female athletes of the week.
Now let's check out this week's highlights, including the Best Buy Play of the Week and the Best Buy Best Cheer.
How about a little rejection to start this week's highlight reel? Not once, but twice by Annapolis. So how does Meade get even? I think I can. I think I can. Oh yes, I can put it down. And how about two more sweet moves to the bucket by Angie Creek? First, this underhanded whirl. Then this pickoff and reverse layup for the bucket. And the foul. But this Dunbar bucket was a backbreaker in the city championship at the buzzer to end the third. LaFonte Johnson knocks it home for our Best Buy Outstanding Play of the Week.
Our Best Buy Best Cheer comes courtesy of Arundel High. You are now nominated to be honored as the Best Buy Cheerleaders of the Year. Congratulations, ladies.
When we come back, we'll meet this week's Papa John's featured student athlete. Don't go away.
Make my dorm room the Best Buy dorm room.
This is it. Best Buy Residence Evaluation Team. We're going to take a look around if you don't mind. Built-in VCR and a Sony PlayStation, huh? Do your parents know you have that? You can't stop me. Am I the only one that smells that? Nice computer. Hey, what kind of CDs you got? Great stereo.
Dorm life from Best Buy. Now that's a great idea.
What's up? Tom, it's your mom.
Get one of the world's best quality automakers to refine and perfect a single automobile for 30 years, and this is the result. Toyota Corolla. It's everything you'd expect and more, because now Corolla's all new, bigger with more power and safety features like side impact airbags, yet priced $1,000 below last year with a special low payment lease available. No wonder Corolla is the best-selling car in the world.
There's plenty in the Baltimore Sun classifieds.
Some things don't taste their best the day they're made. You'd never drink wine the day they crush the grapes, or eat a green banana.
No way, Dad.
And that's the secret to Papa John's traditional dough. We give the yeast several extra days to work its magic. We never use dough made the same day like some folks. Nature rewards those who exercise patience.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Now, get a large Papa John's pizza with the works for just $10.99.
At Geico, we settle claims quickly so you can get your car back, because no one likes to bum a ride to work. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Paying too much for car insurance isn't any smarter. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's a fact. Student athletes make higher grades and have better attendance. So get involved. Get an education.
Welcome back. Standing 6'7" and weighing 235 pounds, Lock Raven wrestler Greg Walker is one of the state's best in the heavyweight division. Greg can also brag about some serious numbers in the classroom: a 1480 SAT score, a 4.0 grade point average, and ranking among the nation's top math students. Let's meet Greg Walker, the Papa John's featured student athlete.
I was kind of average through maybe kindergarten or first grade, and then I started, you know, you look at the school pictures and I'm in the back row in the center, and, you know, after second or third grade, I was always the tallest one in the class. I think it helped me a lot, just because it's, you know, there's a lot of things that I can do that the other people in my weight class can't, just because I'm a lot, you know, I have longer arms and longer legs. So it just opens up a whole new range of moves.
Range may be the perfect word to describe this defending regional champ's talents. Greg Walker is the president of Lock Raven's National Honor Society, tops in the school, and 20th in the nation in the Maryland Math League. He plays the trumpet and the tuba, is a celebrated Eagle Scout, and has already gained early acceptance to MIT. Greg says his diversity keeps the pressure from weighing too heavy on him.
You know, just because I have so many different things, you know, certain ones, you know, they build up pressure, but all the other things, they'll kind of let that off. So just because I can, you know, switch to something else, it'll relieve all the stress from somewhere else.
Sure, we understand. What's a little more difficult to comprehend is the sport orienteering, which has sent Greg all over the globe to compete, and compete quite well. He's won the national championship 3 times.
It's kind of like cross country, only there's no set course. You're running through the woods and you have a map and compass. It's kind of fine navigation, and they're markers out in the woods. You just have to run from marker to marker in the fastest amount of time you can.
And if you think Greg's size would slow him down, it doesn't. But it doesn't on the wrestling mat either, as he won the county championship last weekend with no points scored against.
Our whole team motto is "Who Wants It?" and we have a wall on the Lock Raven wrestling room of who wants to be on there for the state qualifiers. And he was the first person on our wall. There was more talented kids last year that could have been there, but he works the hardest.
Here at Lock Raven High, Greg Walker is the big man on campus, literally. But he doesn't let his size intimidate people, except on the mat. Although he did mention one particular run-in.
I was coming down the stairs, and I had a freshman come around the corner, and I think they whacked their forehead against my knee or something. You know, I was up a couple steps, but it was, they looked very scared. So, but I try not to be intimidating. Generally stay a nice guy.
Thanks, Elena. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show. I'm Jerry Bembry, sports writer with the Sun. Until next Saturday, have a great school week ahead.
Our Prep Athlete Awards are courtesy of Larry Beck, the Trophy King.